Lay down. Lay down. Hello everyone, my name is Wes and welcome to the channel. Today we're talking about Lughnasadh, also called Lammas by many modern practitioners. This festival marks the beginning of the harvest, which reminds us to pause, reflect, and give thanks for everything we've grown both in our gardens and in our spiritual practice. Whether if you're brand new to Wicca or been walking the path for years, I hope this video gives you inspiration and also tips on how to celebrate this festival. Lughnasadh is celebrated on August 1st in the Northern Hemisphere and February 1st in the Southern Hemisphere. It's the first of 3 harvests on the wheel of the year. While Mabon and Samhain are still ahead of us, Lughnasadh reminds us that the growing season is beginning to slow down. The earth that has been vibrant and full of life throughout spring and summer, crops have grown, flowers have bloomed, and earth has reached its summer peak, but now the wheel begins to turn once again. The days will become gradually shorter, the nights will become longer. The warmth of summer will slowly give to autumn. This festival reminds us that nothing lasts forever. Change is a natural part of every cycle. One of the biggest themes of Lughnasadh is fulfillment and abundance. This is the season where we recognize the rewards of hard work. For farmers, this would mean harvesting the first grains that would feed their families through the coming months. For modern practitioners, it doesn't always have to mean food though. Maybe you've grown spiritually. Maybe you've learned something new. Maybe you've built stronger relationships. Maybe you accomplished a goal that seemed impossible. This festival asks us to pause and reflect on how far we've come before we start preparing for the next season. In many Wiccan traditions, the sun god begins to lose his strength during this time. His powers slowly begin to fade as the year moves closer to autumn. Meanwhile, the goddess has entered her mother aspect. She represents abundance, nourishment, and the harvest itself. As the season progresses, she dries the crops, allowing the seeds to fall back into the soil where they'll rest during the winter for the coming spring. It's a beautiful reminder that endings are not failures, they make ways for new beginnings. Alright, now that we've talked about the festival a little bit, I'm going to go over how to celebrate the festival in a few different ways. One of my favorite things about this Sabbat is it can be celebrated in some simple ways. You don't need an elaborate ritual to honor the season. One way to celebrate the Sabbath is simply by having a meal with your loved ones. Harvest festivals throughout history have always been about celebrating togetherness, gratitude, and community. Another fun tradition is creating a corn dolly or a corn mother. Many Wiccans also like creating their besom around this time of the year, as it is a symbol of cleansing away the old and bringing in the new as the time of the season. Gathering around a bonfire is another wonderful way that you can celebrate the Sabbath and honor the sun god. Bonfires have long represented transformation and honoring the power of the sun before the darker months. If you're wanting to decorate your altar for the Sabbath, think warm harvest colors such as red, orange, brown, gold, and even black to represent the darker months approaching. You can choose an altar cloth of any of these colors as well. You may want to scatter symbols of the harvest as well on your altar, symbols like fresh berries and seasoned fruit, vegetables from your garden, sweet corn, popcorn, dried corn, any corn products really, apple ciders, apples. Fresh bread is especially powerful around this time of year since grain is the main symbol of this harvest. Wine is especially popular around this time of the year, only if you're of age though. The goal isn't to have every single item, it's to create an altar that feels abundant. If you like to work with crystals, there's a couple that pair beautifully with this Sabbath. Citrine and clear quartz, golden topaz, cat's eye, and adventurine. Choose whichever crystal speaks personally to you. This festival is deeply connected to agriculture, so grains naturally play an important role. Any type of grain can be used for your ritual or on your altar. For example, if you want to cast a circle around this time of the year, you could scatter oats as your circle barrier. Sunflowers are also a classic symbol of this Sabbath, as well as meadowsweet, which has associations with blessing and celebration. Or mint, which represents abundance. Whether you're creating herbal bundles, decorating your altar, or brewing teas, these plants and others can help you connect with the spirit of the season. If you like to burn incense during rituals or meditation, select incense that represent gratitude or changing seasons. Some wonderful choices include sandalwood, mint, rose, or chamomile. Choose whichever scent helps you feel connected to the harvest season. One thing I love about Lughnasadh is that it helps us to celebrate progress instead of chasing what's next. We spend too much time focused on future goals that sometimes we forget to acknowledge how far we've come. Nature pauses the harvest. Maybe we should too. Take a moment to thank the earth and thank yourself. Celebrate your victories no matter how small they may seem, because every seed you have planted has helped you grow into the person you've become. If you've enjoyed this video and you're interested in witchcraft, Wicca, crystals, tarot, and all things spooky, be sure to subscribe and join our circle. We'd love to have you here as we continue to explore magic together. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay grounded, stay magical, and I will see you in the next video.